Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. I'm Pierre Parent and today I'm introducing you to Find My app, which is an innovative platform that might actually allow you to get this feature that you've been missing for years on Ubuntu Touch. But in any case, it will allow you to support your favorite open source projects in the best way possible. I'm telling you more right after that. So, Find My app will tackle two of the major problems that exist in the world of open source and free software. The first one is the founding of the software development, which to my mind is not nearly enough. And this has dire consequences both for the world of open source and free software, but also for the society in general. And I will have the opportunity to talk more about that in a future video. The second problem is that the needs of the community is not always aligned with what the developers add in the software. And this for a very simple reason. The users of the software are usually not customers, and the developers are often volunteers, which imply that they legitimately do what they want with their time. So I think those free softwares, open source software, would benefit from a better alignment with the needs of the community. In order to tackle these problems, Find My app will basically allow you to make feature requests and to link them to a donation pledge or a donation intention, which means that you will be able to tell the developer, well, wait, there's this feature that for me would be a game changer, that would change my life. So I'm willing to give X amount of money if you do it or when you do it. But Find My app go beyond that because it will also allow other users to see your feature request and then to say, well, wait, this feature request interests me also. And if it is done or when it is done, then I'm willing to give X amount of money. And then it will be a crowdfunding, but it will also be a vote with your money system because the feature requests that have the most donation pledge or donation intention will catch the attention of the developer. I will now introduce you to the first implementation of Find My app that you will find at find-my-app.com. The focus of this first implementation will be on my own app development for Ubuntu Touch. That is to say that you will be able to create feature requests for my Ubuntu Touch apps or for other apps that you would like me to develop for Ubuntu Touch. On this first page you will find all the feature requests that already have been created on the platform. And in order to create a new one, you'll need to create an account. I'll show you how to do so. Well, this is a very classical form. All you need to do is to enter your details in order to create an account. Once you have done so, you will receive a code via email in order to check your email address. If you don't receive it, make sure that it's not in the spam folder. Alright, we have our account up and running. Let's now create a new feature request. Why not ask to create a native application for Find My app on Ubuntu Touch? Wouldn't it be nice? Well, let's do that. Then on this feature request I can select what application it is about,
or whether I want it to be a new application request, or even maybe a modification of an existing third-party open source application. Then you can select the amount that you intend to give if the feature is done. And here I would like to stress that the minimal amount is €1, so do not hesitate to create a feature request with any amount possible. You will then receive a warning notice telling you basically that Found My App is currently based on trust. That is to say that you are not engaged by any contract, but that we trust you that you really intend to give that money if the feature is done. Alright, our feature request has now been successfully created. Let's try another thing. Let's add a donation intention to a previously existing feature request. And you can see that my amount sums up with the previously existing amount.
So, we've seen the most important features of this first implementation of the Found My App concept. And, well, now I really would like to invite you to do the same. Create an account on the Found My App platform and maybe create a feature request if you have an ID, or if not, maybe add a donation intention to an existing feature request. And I really would like to stress that you don't need much. With only a few euros, it's fine. And you never know. If you create a feature request with only a few euros, well, maybe it will get other users interested in your feature request. And maybe it will be a huge success. You never know. Maybe a lot of other users will be willing to give some higher amount for the same feature request. So, of course, right now, Found My App is centered on my app development, and maybe it will allow me to have a side income for this, for my work on Ubuntu Touch. Or maybe it will, even if it is very successful on, or if Ubuntu Touch gets very successful, allow me to have a little more than a side income. But whatever, the most important for me right now is really to test this concept of Found My App, because if it proves successful, well, then it can be applied to other areas of Ubuntu Touch, but it can be applied to free software, to other free software and open source software. And I think it could really benefit the free software and open source communities. I would like to add that I will try to work on the first feature requests that are created on the platform, and this regardless of the amount of donation that comes with it. I will try to make it happen. Well, if the amount of work required is reasonable, because I really want to give an example. I want to give an example of you creating a feature request and I making it happen. So really, it might be the opportunity if you have a feature that you've been missing for so long and that you want to see happen on Ubuntu Touch. Well, you can create it on Found My App. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Well, if so, do subscribe to this channel because there are many new videos coming about Ubuntu Touch, about free software, about computer science, and other topics. Also, if you have any question about Find My App, well, feel free to write a comment and I will reply. So I'm Pierre Perrin. I'm a software engineer working as a freelancer, especially in the field of embedded systems and embedded computing. So if you want to work with me, my contact is in the description. And in any case, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.